The world is your oyster. Build the characters as you wish, the world as you wish, the magic system as you wish. You're free to do anything. Writing fiction and fanfiction is so fundamentally different, but when it comes down to it, there is one advantage to each of them, and one major disadvantage that comes with it. The most major advantage to writing fanfiction is that your audience is already invested inherently. Either they like the characters or they like the world building, but fundamentally they already know why they picked the story and why they're gonna stick around, which means that you don't need to invest as much effort into hooking them into the story. The disadvantage that comes with it is that you have to be at least somewhat true to canon. You don't have to be true to the plot or the world building. You can take a fantasy story and make a coffee shop AU. That's fine. But if somebody comes to your fic because they like a character, you have to write that character in character, which does in fact limit the story you can tell. When it comes to fiction, on the other hand, you don't have such restrictions. The world is your oyster. Build the characters as you wish, the world as you wish, the magic system as you wish. You're free to do anything. But on the other hand, you have to work really hard to convince the readers that your story is worth reading. For example, one of my unpublished books is a retelling of Beauty and the Beast. Do you know how many of those there are out there? Why would you read mine out of all of those? So that's the disadvantage of fiction over fanfiction. There's a whole conversation to be had about the fact that traditionally published fiction allows a very narrow spectrum of stories to be told, and in fanfiction you can tell any story. Those are the major differences. I hope that answers your questions. See you in part 6.